Hey everyone, Josh here with Medical Training Systems. Today I wanted to talk about making graphs and charts with ChatGPT, the difference between 3.5, 4, and ChatGPT-4 with the code interpreter, and the massive difference between these. So I loaded up here a GPT 3.5 example with the prompt. I just wanted it to create a graph, the vertical axis of 0 to 100, the horizontal axis of May, June, and July. So you have time, and say these are test scores. And I wanted the following data points of 35 in May, 45 in June, July 75, and GPT 3.5 made a text-based chart with the data points completely wrong. So this is not a great way to do this. This is the free version of ChatGPT that's available right now. If you were to pay for the monthly $20 a month membership, you can create GPT-4 with Code Interpreter. And I'm actually going to just pull my prompt from here. And we're going to see what GPT-4 does by itself with the same prompt as a comparison. So the code interpreter isn't enabled in this particular model, so you can still pay $20 a month and end up with basically step-by-step instructions how to build your graph in Excel. This is why the code interpreter is such a huge step forward. I'm going to create one more. We're going to do GPT-4 with the code interpreter and give it the same prompt. And now it's actually going to be able to use Python as its default. And it's going to be able to plug this into a chart and a graph and output an actual image. So you can go to save as image, and then you can plug this into emails. You can plug this into PowerPoints, Word documents, whatever you're doing with this. So for example, say these are test scores because you're a teacher. We're going to modify this a little bit. We're going to say, please title this chart to be history test scores for Steve, and make this a line graph instead of a bar chart, please. So as you can see, this code interpreter enables ChatGPT-4 to create its own custom code, and it'll actually troubleshoot it if we run into some trouble with it. You can see down here that the test scores are spot on for what I asked, and I made a line graph absolutely perfectly. It's labeled correctly. We have the correct axis, so I'm 100% happy with this. Now, if you want to get real wild, you can do the upload file button down here, and I'm just going to keep my computer directory off of the internet if you don't mind. That being said, you can upload a file, you can upload an Excel file, and it will actually run through that. So I'm going to find one and give you an example here. So give me 1 second. I uploaded a spreadsheet of food costs that we can see here. That is a sample from back in the days when food was fairly inexpensive. Not much to look at for a spreadsheet, but we can upload it to GPT-4 with the code interpreter, and we can have it analyze that data for us. So I'm going to ask it, what is the average monthly food cost for the months included in this spreadsheet? So we're going to see if it can work through this. It's a very simple spreadsheet. Total monthly cost column does not contain any data. It actually does. It seems like it was able to figure it out. So let's look at this. So it uses Python to load the file. It'll display the correct headers, and it pulled the data. So you can see that this actually matches up pretty well right there. Thank you for nothing, Windows. There we go. So you can see it matches up for August fairly well through the snippet that it showed. Of course, the total monthly cost comes down at the end. So it looks like it was able to either disregard the monthly total at the beginning and just do the math itself. Is what I'm seeing there. So it looks like the average monthly cost of groceries was just a hair over $1,045. Oh, back some years ago. And that's for back when inflation was just getting started. So those were the good old days. It's a little bit more now, but we can see the power that we have analyzing Excel spreadsheets and data sets, even very basic ones with the code interpreter in GPT-4. So let's see if we can please make a line graph of monthly food costs with the months on the horizontal axis and the vertical axis being $0 to, I don't think we've exceeded 1,500, so that should give us some room. Now we'll be able to watch this program itself. So it's sorting out the months, it's creating the data points, and boom, there it is. So let's check it real quick. So we have August, looks like just under 12. September down here is 14. So these data points are spot on. May was just a bit under 8. June was a good month. I don't know what we did in June. Must have been hungry that month or something. And that looks like that's 736. So that's spot on too. So it's created absolutely perfect graph. So if you process data from spreadsheets and like making graphs, I find this to be infinitely easier than messing with Excel. I mean, if you're already an Excel whiz, this probably won't have a whole lot of use for you. Likewise, if you're already a Python coding whiz, then this may not be too remarkable. But for someone like me, I'm not good at coding Python, and I'm not good at creating visuals from Excel data. I'm not even good at creating Excel data, period. Being able to do this without those tools by just asking it questions, that could well be worth $20 a month. If you have a job where you process this data and you have to produce reports, this might be able to save you hours of time instead of compiling this. If you combine it with some other automation tools, say for example, you use Zapier to pull from emails or another Excel spreadsheet to sort it, you can really automate something that would take hours and hours of work and make into just a couple minutes with no special tools, just using natural language and having a really nice little visual. Same thing if you're like a teacher, if you're processing grades, you want to track how students are doing. If you have employees that you manage and there's some monthly metrics, like a sales position would be a great example when you want to track sales and performance that way. This will be able to generate that very easily and very quickly, and that'll save you, if you're a manager doing this, it'll save you a lot of time so you can focus on other things. And if you're the business owner, it can save you a lot of money from paying that manager or that individual who would be creating this for you. They can do it very quickly, and then you can spend that money and that time on something else that's more important to the function of the business, such as growing or something of the sort. So that's my TED Talk for the evening. Thank you for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions. And I have a seminar coming up on, let's see what this says, the 7th at 7 p.m. Pacific. We are going to have a workshop where we kind of go over this stuff in detail, and I'll walk you through it on a one-on-one basis. It's $49 to sign up right now. I'll put a link in the description and in the Facebook post. So come join me on Monday night if you have the availability, and if not, we'll catch you on another one. Thanks for watching.